Armed Forces, Major General Ghulam Ali, has also been killed.
Glad I'm in a Buddhist country. But you join me from Chiang Rai. Nice hotel. I'm heading to the Golden Triangle today, where the borders of Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar, Burma, meet. A lot of crazy shit has happened in this area in the past. A lot of crazy shit happening right now, which I want to really talk about when I get there. I find this area absolutely fascinating, from the historical side of things to what's going on present day. So once we get there, we'll talk about it. It's about an hour ride, and then there's a few caves and things around there as well. That's really cool. So let's hit it. So I'm right near the Golden Triangle, about 20 minutes out, and the one shocking thing I've noticed is these big beautiful highways that the Thai government have built are dead. No trucks, no cars. Honestly, the last 20 minutes I've seen a handful of cars, and I was wondering why. And you got to realize that the north of Thailand is surrounded by Laos, which has next to no economy, and then Myanmar, which got the shit sanctioned out of them. So there is literally no economic activity through this whole area. It's so crazy seeing these highways just dead. It's eerie. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere now. Oh my god, there's some cows that have just run onto the road. Jesus. How am I going to get around this? That's adorable. Okay, I'm going to try and get around these guys. Oh. That wasn't planned at all. I was in the middle of filming and these cows just ran onto the road. I just realised they're probably water buffalo, not cows. We're in the middle of some rice fields. Why are there going to be cows here? You join me from the Golden Triangle. So, let me get a better viewpoint to point out where the countries end, and give you a little bit of a background story. So, Laos over there, this is Thailand going through here, and that's Myanmar. So firstly, I'll give you a little bit of a history lesson about Myanmar and actually what's going on at the moment. It is one of the most sanctioned countries in the world. It is under military occupation, and you go over there, you're dead. You're 100% dead. Like, the military are festered through the jungles there, growing heroin still, growing synthetic drugs. One of the biggest phone scam, like call center things are over there as well, and also the highest volume of human trafficking on the fucking planet is there. So me being a white guy, if I go into Myanmar, if I just cross there, guaranteed I'm done. See you later. So yeah, you don't want to go near Myanmar anytime soon. It's still under military occupation, military leadership, and they're savages over there. So let's now talk to you about Laos, because that is one of the big reasons why the drug trade and the human trafficking trade is still flourishing. Whatever the tourism industry says is not true. This is still the highest drug trafficking rivers in the world. This is the mighty Mekong, and yeah, I'll tell you more in a second about why the drug trafficking trade is still flourishing. So this is the reason the drug trafficking and the human trafficking trade is flourishing right now. See those buildings over there and that beautiful gold tower? I'll go down there further and get a better look at it, but that is the Chinese Special Economic Zone. So they've leased that land off the Laos government for 99 years, and they've essentially dumped a bunch of casinos into it, as a front, really, for the illegal trade that's really pumping through Laos. And obviously the Laos government, that's ravaged with corruption and everything like that, have allowed something like this to happen. And so that is red hot. Now there's a lot of Chinese tourists around, so I'll get my voice down, but the reason that it's really bad is because the developer that has developed that plot of land and put all these towers on there is an actual criminal, like an actual Chinese warlord. Not even a word of a lie. He's been sanctioned by the US government back in 2018. He's been sanctioned by pretty much every other government for international drug trafficking, cartels, murder, people abducted people, everything like that. Like the worst of the worst people hang out over there and use the special economic zone as their own sort of Wild West lawless society to pump drug traffic through this river, pump human trafficking through this river. All sorts of illegal trade is running rampant through here at the moment. So yeah, it's a bit of a grey area, that area. They do not welcome tourists whatsoever, so don't even bother. And yeah, Zhao Wei is the Chinese magnate that's behind it, and yeah, he's been sanctioned in 2018 for drug trafficking, cyber fraud, human and wildlife trafficking, and money laundering. So not a good guy. So that's why I despise what's going on here, because the Thai government had done a good job of shutting down the opium trade about 30 years ago, and then that only popped up in 2007. So in 2007, the Laos government decided that a 99-year lease to the Wild West drug lord is appropriate, and so that's just reignited the whole opium trade, the whole human trafficking trade, everything like that. And obviously the reason they call it the Golden Triangle is because of the golden brown color of the opium that comes out of this area. Crazy. So you got Myanmar, which you'll be murdered if you're anywhere outside of the capital city, including just across the border there, where there are guards with AK-47s that will shoot you in the head on sight. And then you've got Laos over there, who have been corrupted by the Chinese government to keep the drug trade happening. And then you've got beautiful Thailand, who are a lot more forgiving and a lot more appropriate with dealing with a problem like this. They've done a really good job of getting a lot of the... Wow, look at that, walking up those stairs. They've done a really good job of reforming a lot of the women that were stuck in Myanmar picking the poppy seeds and, you know, participating in this drug trade, you know, not by choice, just by necessity. So a lot of the massage shops here, a lot of just the normal shops, the food shops, a lot of the women there, especially the older ones, are actually very reformed people that used to be, you know, drug pickers. Crazy. Anyway, let's see what's up here. Here's a better viewpoint of the special economic zone there. The crazy thing is, a lot of these buildings are just bloody shells. Just empty shells, facade, to make it look like they've got an economy outside of illegal shit. I'll use my camera to see if I can zoom in on this. So this is the Chinese special economic zone. Look at that brand new highway in the middle of Laos. You reckon the Laos government could afford something like that? 6 lanes? And look, there's what, 3 cars on it? Absolutely mental. You don't get this in Oz. As I was just talking that shit to you guys, I'm literally standing on a temple on the Thailand side, obviously, that was built in 759 AD by Chow Kieu Man Mong. So you just forget sometimes. Look at these, thousands of years old. So that's pretty much everything to see at the Golden Triangle. So I'm going to head skirting along the Myanmar border for about half an hour. I'm going to go to the cave where the 13 soccer players back in 2018 were stuck for 18 days because of the flooding that happened within the cave. So hopefully that doesn't happen to me this time around, but let's go check it out. Honestly, I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park. Da 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 da. Anyway, not a word of English anyone here, and there's no phone signal to do translation apps. So this is the cave back in 2018 where 13 soccer players came to, I think they went for a swim or something after soccer practice, and the surging flood waters got them trapped. There was more than 1,000 personnel all from across the world that came to rescue the kids, as you can see. And I think it was 2 specialised British cave climbers that actually eventually got them out. But the really eerie thing is, that's their bikes that were left behind, and I'll look further in there in a second. Holy shit, so this cave goes 3 kilometers in there, and I'm not sure how far the boys were stuck up there, but I'm pretty sure they were towards the back end here, and so they became stuck on an island inside the cave there. And eventually, after 18 days, they managed to get the kids out, all 12 of them plus the coach. This is their original stuff that they actually left behind here. All the life-saving equipment that they used to get the kids out. And supposedly, I was reading that they actually had to drug the kids with ketamine to essentially make them paralyzed and relaxed enough to jam them through the tight little tiny holes that were available at the time to actually get them rescued. Here's the kids. Let's go in. It's not raining at the moment, so I think we're safe. Alright, so there were only actually 2 local tourists that were with me on the way through this cave. Now I'm here by myself, so hopefully they've accounted for me because I'm getting pretty claustrophobic. But look at the scale of this cave. Crazy. Alright, in all seriousness, I'm a bit of a risk taker, but this is as far as I'm going to go. So that was the entrance. I've been walking for about 10 minutes. I'm here. That's how far in the cave goes, and that's where the kids got lost, Pattaya Beach, on a little island, and all of this was all underwater, and they managed to get the kids out. Unbelievable. And I'm just in here, and I could keep going, but there's very little lighting. Easily you can get disorientated, and that'll be the last of me. No thanks. Oh, I tried to go in a little bit further, but it's pitch black. It's pitch black. I don't want to die in a cave in Thailand. So I don't know if you could see all those orange pipes that were in the cave. I thought they would have just been there for like future issues with water flooding and everything, but that was actually the pipe work that was used to pump the water out to get to a low enough level where the rescuers could dive in, sedate the kids, knock them unconscious, put them on bodyboards, and submarine them back out. Absolutely insane. Authorities, plus help from 20 other countries in the world, managed to set up a pulley system, like a cable system with bodyboards on them, to get 2 kilometers into this flooded tunnel in order to save the kids. And this was the first body cam footage the English diver got, confirming the kids were still alive.